Hey, this is Chris.
And I'm Fraser, and you're listening to
Ramble,
Record.
repeat. Such a catchy tune. I say it every time.
I really enjoy this intro. Actually, just the song. That part's my favorite at the end.
That makes me think of the Muppet Show.
Yeah, I would
They
agree.
do the big horn at the end of the Muppet Show. Burp.
We're nowhere near as good as the Muppets, though.
No. We
We
kind of
try.
look like Muppets, I think. but-
Well, you kind of with the background. You always with your fancy background. Me with my messy.
Well, my background.
It's just your bedroom, right?
Yeah, like
the magic.
honestly, I almost went downstairs to record tonight. I was like, maybe I'll go downstairs and chill out. But yeah, see, I'm in the bedroom. You can see the dog behind me now.
Which one is that?
That's Gypsy. That's the new dog. And
Every time I hear Gypsy, I think of what's the robot movie?
I Am Robot.
No, with the big mechs.
Oh,
Pacific
I've never
Rim.
watched that.
Pacific Rim, yeah, the one robot's called Gypsy Dancer.
Oh, it's funny. I actually added that to my to-watch list. I just haven't yet.
It's not bad. It's not good. The first one was better than the second one, I felt. But that might be just me. But I felt the first one was better than the second one.
Well, and funny, the reason I added it to my to-watch list is of the damn freaking Not So Special Boys and their challenge.
To watch stuff?
Yeah, it's fun. I'm doing it. I don't know. You've heard all the details about it.
Yeah, I know all
it.
about it. I definitely haven't done it. Like we've only watched one movie. And it was John Wick 4.
I started watching it, I didn't finish it.
It's long.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I can't remember why I stopped. I don't know if it was when I was sick and I tried starting watching it or what. But
It's good, but it's long. Like
Yeah.
it is long. Like my dad said he fell asleep in the movie
yeah.
and he woke up like 15 minutes later and it was still the same fight. It's just long. But it's good. It's done. But
Yeah.
and then I've been watching Masters of the Universe Revolution, the new
Is
one.
it good? Is it
It's
good?
awesome. It is so good.
So,
Hordak.
Are they done the other one that Kevin Smith was doing?
This is a continuation. So
It is.
remember at the end of the last one where Skeletor gets taken to the thing and then the circuitry changes him?
Yeah.
This is a revolution now. So the other one was not
It was Masters of the Universe, wasn't it?
it was called something else though. Sorry, it was Masters of the first one was Masters of the Universe. And I liked it. Like
wasn't it like He-Man?
Revelation. It was Revelation.
Masters
Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Yeah.
And then this is Revolution.
Okay. Is it the same graphics and everything?
Same everything.
Oh, okay.
Same
I
voice
thought it
actors,
looked
same
different.
everything. No.
Okay, I gotta watch it then. I haven't watched it yet.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. I just went through. I'm almost done it. But I don't like. People are hating on it.
I love the first two seasons. I thought they were great.
This one's good. Skeletor's so good. They bring in a whole bunch more characters that you.
We just said Hordak, right? So
Hordak is in it. Motherboard. Tons of people that were from like the older stories were in this. It's very good.
Okay.
And then I finished Invincible season 2.
Well, that was only like 4
Half
episodes,
a season.
like first half.
It was
right?
very
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
It was very good. Yeah.
Not as gory. Definitely not as gory.
No, probably not. No.
But the last episode of the first season was like the goriest thing when Omni-Man went crazy.
Yeah.
But it's very good. I finished that. Still haven't finished Loki. I still haven't finished what's the other show I wanted to watch? I still haven't finished Shrinking. I've only finished the 2 seasons of Ted Lasso because I'm afraid to finish the final one because you were like the final one wasn't that good and I'm like no
it wasn't, but it was nice for a final.
No, like I hate that when you get so invested in a show and then it just peters out. It's not what you want it to be or it's not what you think it's going to be. And that's what I'm afraid of because generally I find like when you say something we're both similar. We're on the similar wavelengths. Like we kind of like the same things or we have the same type of just expectations of things. So when you
Mhm.
say something is good, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like this. Or if you say, hey, this is not, it's almost identical to what I feel. So that's why when you said that, I'm like, oh god damn it. Like I really enjoyed Ted Lasso. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of putting that off because I don't want something to taint the first 2 seasons, because the first 2 seasons were gold, in my
Mhm.
opinion. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good TV, good writing. Everybody's so like positive and happy, but like there's drama, but it's not like
Nate the Great.
the regular. Yeah, Nate the Great. Yeah, yeah.
They're coming
So
back though.
are they?
It's another season, but it's not Ted Lasso. It's called Richmond, I believe.
I heard rumors that that might happen.
But it's not Jason Sudeikis. It's
Yeah, it's everybody
Roy.
else, I
It's
think.
Roy. It's everybody else. Jason Sudeikis is gone. I don't know.
Now, Coach Beard might not be there, but I wouldn't be
I don't
surprised
think
if
so.
he is.
I think it's the 2 Americans aren't there.
Yeah.
They may have like a cameo, kind of like, remember when like The Office, Steve Carell left, and then like when Dwight got married, he came back, like just like that little, hey,
Yeah.
remember when he was in the show kind of thing. Like, so
Yeah. It's funny you should say that. I like a comfort food. I am rewatching The Office. I'm on second season right now, but the reason I started rewatching it is I discovered the Office Ladies podcast.
okay.
So Jenna Fisher and Angela, I don't remember what her actual last name is off the top of my head. They did a podcast called The Office Ladies, and they literally are doing one episode of their podcast for every episode of the show. So I listened to like the first 3 episodes of their podcast, and I'm like, you know what? I want to rewatch the show with it while I'm listening along.
Yeah.
And they give you like behind the scenes things that happen during the show, or
That's kinda neat.
the little things you might not notice in the background. If something cool happens, or whether dialogue was scripted, or if somebody just did it off the top of their heads and stuff. And it's really cool. And then like you learn how like Toby, for example, he was actually one of the writers and producers of the show. Mindy Kaling, she wrote a ton of the shows and directed. I think she directed too, but she definitely wrote some shows. And then BJ Novak was the writer. Like that was his very first gig as a writer for anything in Hollywood. Like that's how he got his big break and stuff. It was really cool. So, like I said, I'm only season 2 rewatch. I haven't watched The Office like full through in probably, I want to say at least 10 years, if not longer. Like I've caught episodes here and there, but I'm really enjoying the rewatch. It feels like I've never seen it almost in that sense.
Okay. My favorite character in that show is Kevin.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, I love how he talks, and then you see the actor who's like nothing like Kevin at all.
Yeah, like when you see him in other things, like he was there was a movie he was in that we watched.
He's also
where he plays
does, like,
himself, basically.
a kid's show called Trash Truck, where he's the voice of a bear.
Oh, really?
My son watches it, and I'm like, yo, that sounds like Kevin from The Office. And then I looked it up, and it was Kevin from The Office. But it's cool. Like, I just love these. Cooking chili is the best thing that I do. Like he's just got like that, like those pauses.
Yeah.
There's a TikTok food reviewer called Luke Foods, and he is like 20 something, and he talks just like Kevin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's like, people say I talk like Kevin, and I'm like, he does. He sounds just like him. It's crazy.
Oh, and he even admits it. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. He kind of calls out to it. But yeah, The Office was good. Ashley didn't like The Office. She liked the British Office more.
Paula didn't like The Office because she didn't like that whole concept of how they shot it, like with the documentary style. She didn't like that, so she's never really watched it.
But then, like, I don't know. Like, I liked it. I thought it was fun. It had its moments. Like when Steve Carell left, it kind of lost its shine for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like you get used to certain characters, and it's like realistically, when that character leaves, you should just end the show. Almost like he is The Office, and like the seasons petered off after that, right? Like it was.
Yeah, I'm just looking because I can't. He must have left at like maybe season 7 or something like that. I can't remember when. Because I mean, he did. I just looking here. He was there until he did 142 episodes.
That's a lot.
And it looks like 188 was the total. So that would have been 2 seasons he missed. So that would make sense because
season 7 was his last season.
Okay, so because that's when they brought in Aaron, and then they brought in like what's his name? Became like their head guy. That one actor. I don't like him. He's very dry. The hell's his name? He's not the guy from the Blacklist, is he? Yeah. Who's the guy from Blacklist?
I don't know.
You don't remember his name?
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And then like they did bring in.
Oh, James Spader.
Yeah, James Spader. Yeah,
he looks like a dork.
Yeah, and then they brought in Will Ferrell for a little bit too.
Will Ferrell with the juggling, the invisible juggling.
Yeah.
Throw me another ball.
So,
I like
so
that.
you're not wrong. Like it like jumped the shark. They should have ended it when Carell left, but whatever.
It's the same thing with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though. I think they ended it right at the proper time, like because like everyone kind of wanted out of the show. Like that was like the last season, I think, for 2 or 3 of them.
Yep.
And it's like, no, we're just going to end the show. And I'm like, that's what you do. Like,
yeah,
when your show is like based around like the cast as a whole, you can't replace those people. Like, I know when what's her name left, the girl who played Chelsea, or not Chelsea. Her name is Chelsea, I believe. Linetti.
Oh, the secretary.
Yeah. When she left, it did kind of like feel weird at first, but I didn't feel she wasn't a key person, and they brought her back for like key episodes of the other seasons, but like
if anybody was going to leave, she would be the one. I honestly found her character sometimes really annoying.
Yeah, but like if Holt left,
that would,
by the way,
R.I.P.
Yeah, man, when I saw that made me so sad.
Is it Noah or Nolan Baumgartner, right? Noah or Nolan, I think is his name.
That was sad. When he died, like literally just recently.
Him, and then what's his name? Died too.
He's
Apollo
not
Creed. Andre Baumgartner. That's it.
Yeah, Andre. Yeah, when what's his name died. I
was gonna say Lou Diamond Phillips for some reason.
He's been in so many things too. Wow.
Creed. Apollo Creed.
I know Apollo.
Not Billy D. Is it not Billy D? No.
No.
You're almost there.
We suck. We sucked. Carl Weathers.
That's right. Yeah.
He was in freaking so many things. He was in The Mandalorian. He was in Predator. He was Apollo Creed. He was just like in everything. Just absolutely everything. Billy D.
Get
the hell out of here, Billy D. Carl Weathers.
Well, you can see the confusion because Billy D was in Star Wars too, right? So that's why.
I don't know, man. Carl Weathers, he's a different breed, baby. He got himself a stew going on. He was in Arrested Development, right? He was hilarious. In Development, and he was Chubbs.
Yes, Chubbs. Yeah. Well, people were sharing that meme of him in heaven now, and got my hand back. Although not that he lost his hand, but
yeah, I don't know. There's nothing. I didn't realize he was in Little Nicky. Yeah,
I think I've seen Little Nicky like once, maybe. It's not. Was never my cup of tea. Spot of tea.
It was probably my least favorite Sandlerverse thing.
I'm trying to think. I didn't really care for 8 Crazy Nights. Does that count?
I don't think that's Sandlerverse. I think that was just something he did because it's animated.
Okay.
Like Sandlerverse is
that's actually a thing.
Yeah.
Look at that. So it is. It's
like all of his movies.
Why is this not loading? Oh, it did load. Oh, Chris Farley. There's actually a YouTube video on the Sandlerverse.
Yeah. It's people's speculations and stuff on it.
About everything and how it connects and
yeah.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
We're doing laid back podcast right now.
I don't want to lay back too far or I'll disappear.
I just moved the microphone closer and closer to my face.
That's why I said I almost set up my laptop and I was going to be downstairs on the couch.
You would have slept. You would have fell asleep.
Fell asleep.
You would have fell asleep. No, we cut it kind of short today because my aunt, Ashley's aunt, wanted to take us out for our 40th birthday, which is long gone, and she just wanted to take us out, and we went to this place called Industria Pizza. Pizzeria by it's really, really good.
Is that like nuts and bolts on a pizza or something?
No, it's it's like the wood oven pizza, and you get like it's all fancier ones. So every time I've gone there, I've asked the server which one they like, and I get the pizza that they tell
recommend.
you.
Yep.
So the first time I've only been there 3 times. Ashley's been there a lot more. The first time I went, I had the what did I have? I had the Big Mac pizza.
That sounds amazing. What like is it literally 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese?
It's
on
ground
pizza?
beef. It's ground beef that they put in the fire first, so it gets like the char on it. Then they sprinkle that on the pizza. Then it's instead of a tomato sauce, it's olive oil and their mac sauce. Then they put the cheese, then more mac sauce afterwards. Then they put it in the oven, and when it comes out, they cover it with lettuce, sesame seeds, pickles, and then more mac sauce.
Ooh, that does sound very good.
It was good. And then I had the next one, which was the Bianca, which is arugula, balsamic glaze, 3 or 4 different types of mushrooms, and gorgonzola cheese. That was really good. And then the one I had today was the tropical or Tropicana, and it was spicy sopressata, spicy salami, garlic, pineapple, chili flakes with a hot honey drizzle.
You don't like pineapple?
I like pineapple.
I thought you didn't like pineapple.
I like pineapple.
Really?
Yeah, it was good. I normally don't like pineapple on pizza.
Well, that's what I mean. You don't like pineapple.
But I always try things, and I like pineapple on pizza when it's got spicy to it.
You like the tropical heat wave. That's what we normally get. We get banana peppers and pineapple.
Yeah, I like spicy and sweet. I don't like just salty and sweet. I like
Makes
spicy,
sense.
salty, sweet. And that was really good. And then their garlic sauce is literally just pureed garlic. So when I took a bite of it first, I took a bite of it first. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, my nose cleared up, and I'm like, this is just garlic. She's like, yeah, it's just garlic and olive oil pureed. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And I was just dipping and eating that. And like Nathan had 3 slices of pepperoni pizza. Ashley had the Bianca one, like the white one, and it was very good. And then we got home, and I'm like, Ashley, I got to record in like 15 minutes. I'm like, I'll help you at bedtime. So we went upstairs. I'm like brushing his teeth, and Nathan's like fucking running around naked. He's like, and then I'm like, okay, buddy, he's got to go. He's like, wrestle, because I always wrestle him before bed. Yeah. So like I picked him up, and we did a bunch of moves today, and I just did a regular power slam. I'm like, this is freaking Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant style, baby, and I slammed him down. He was like, again. So then I gave him the last ride, and then I gave him a choke slam, and then I gave him I was gonna say Ron Perlman, the Braun Strowman. No, the Ron Perlman. The Braun Strowman's running power slam, and then I went to go give him a rock bottom, and then I'm like, oh no, he countered into a DDT. So then he DDT'd me. Then I'm like, I fell backwards off the bed, and he's like, I did it. I'm like, okay, dude. I like literally got a minute. I gotta go. And he's like, Dad, no.
Now I feel bad. I took you away from the van.
We had the whole day. And, it was like a long. We took him out of daycare early today because we're having issues with his pediatrician.
Okay.
So he's getting sent home a lot for having loose poos. They're saying it's diarrhea, but it's
loose
not
poo.
Diarrhea.
Kids have loose poo all the time.
Yeah, but they're sending him home for 2 days without a fever. So it's like, what are we paying you for? Kind of thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
So he asked the pediatrician, he's like, it said the same thing. Kids have loose poos. What do you want me to do? And I'm like, well, we need something. Otherwise, they're going to keep sending him home. And he's like, well, there's nothing I can do. And I'm like, can we not send him to like a gastro place just to get it tested? Because then they could say, hey, he might just have a form of IBS or something.
Yeah.
Right? No, there's no point. There's nothing I can do. Kids have loose poos. So I'm like, okay, this doesn't help us. So then we got a new family doctor, and our family doctor is really, really good. So I called her. I'm like, do you take kids? And she's like, yeah. I go, can we bring our son here? She's like, yeah, of course. So we set him up today, and he met her, and he like went in, and literally the first appointment, she's like, you know what? I'm not going to go the route of allergies yet, but I'm going to send him to a gastro specialist just to see. And I'm like,
thank you.
Thing. Thank you so much. We've only been wanting this for how goddamn long.
That's funny.
And then Ashley had an appointment today, but she's all good. It's just like a further checkup. And then Stanley had his appointment today, and he's all good. So it's like, it was a day of doctor's appointments, and then we went for pizza.
You know what's funny? Like, our lives are imitating each other in a sense. So I went, and I don't think we've talked about this yet. Yeah, because it's about a month ago we recorded. So I went to the dentist to have some cleaning done, right? And when you go to the dentist now, they take your blood pressure. I did not know this.
Oh, you did tell me this. Yeah.
Did I tell you this?
Yeah.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
Not in the podcast, no.
Okay.
When I came up.
You told me okay. Yeah. So I had high blood pressure. My blood pressure was like 185 over 90 or something, which is like extreme high. Like that's not good.
Yeah.
So I felt fine. I had nothing wrong, no headaches, no nothing.
Did they say it could have been white coat syndrome?
That's what they thought. I'm like, I don't have any fear of going to the dentist. Now, when I thought back to it, I'm like, I actually had to get side story there. I was actually interviewed by the OPP that same day for something at work. And maybe like it was nothing. I wasn't in trouble or anything, but maybe that's why it was so high.
You a little bit,
yeah.
Or what you're not telling us is you've repressed a memory from the dentist that one time you were knocked out and you woke up, his dick was in your mouth.
So I made an appointment with my doctor. I finally got in to see my doctor, and it wasn't even my doctor; it was a nurse practitioner. My doctor's very busy, and they took my blood pressure. And they're like, okay. And I was actually, the week leading up to it, I was keeping track myself. I borrowed the thing from a friend. And I was sitting at like the home one. Yep. I was sitting at like 145-ish or so, somewhere around there, which is still high because you're supposed to be about 120, 125.
Yeah.
And when I got to the doctors, the nurse was like, okay, when you take your blood pressure, you need to take it 3 times in a row, a minute apart. And the third time you take it, that's your blood pressure. The first one isn't your real blood pressure. So I did that, and I was like 135-ish at the doctor's office when she did. She's like, okay, it is slightly high. What I'll do is I want you to do it again for a week, keeping track of it, and we'll see where you're at in a week's time. Okay. And then we'll do a virtual call. So I did that, kept track. Literally, I did it once a day, different times of the day, just so we had.
You did the 3 times, like she said.
3 times, like she said. Okay. And I was still high. I was still sitting at like the 135 over 80, I think is what it is. Somewhere
like between
around
130 and 140.
Yeah, exactly. Which is still, that's like I think early hypertension, I think is what it's called.
Like it's borderline, yeah.
Yeah. So I had the phone call with her, and she's like, okay, you're still kind of high. What we'll do is we'll start you on a blood pressure pill. It'll be 1 pill once a day. It's like the lowest dose possible. She did say if you have any effects, like if you're lightheaded when you take it or your blood pressure goes below, I think she said 100, because that's not good, stop right away. But she goes, odds are it's not going to affect you in that way. So I've been taking it now for just over a week, I think. I have a follow-up, or I'm supposed to email them in a couple weeks. And honestly, it hasn't really gone down. Like the last time I checked it, I was 136 over 81. So I'm still high. I'll check it every few days now, and I have a feeling they'll probably up my meds a little bit to try to bring me back down to that.
Well, that's the
125.
It's like it's a trial and error thing, right? It's
not 100%. Yeah.
Ashley, it took her 5 visits to get her blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
And thyroid's even harder.
See, I've never had my
thyroid. You have to get checked like every 6 months,
but
because your thyroid can change.
On the good side of things, I had blood work done too, because when I talked to you, they hadn't asked me for blood work, I don't think.
Yeah, no,
and
we're going to the doctors.
So when I went and saw her, she's like, "Okay, well, we'll send you for blood work." So they checked everything for blood work. My cholesterol's good. My diabetes levels are good. My one, I can't remember, not tryptophan. No, there's something to do with
tryptophan is the stuff that's in turkeys.
Yeah, no. There's something, I wrote it down somewhere else, but it has to do with like fried foods and sweets and desserts. Whatever that is slightly high. So they're like, obviously,
because you have a slice of pie every day.
Yeah. So obviously she's like, that we want to kind of watch, maybe try to cut back on that. But they're like, otherwise you're good. So I felt way better, like a relief.
So it could just be like a weird thing. Maybe you are developing like not a fear, but like an anxiety, an extent with this kind of stuff, which is entirely possible.
And I mean, work is stressful at times. It doesn't help there, right?
You know,
I notice when I get home after work and take my blood pressure, it's obviously a lot higher.
Do it in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was told. The first thing in the morning.
Yep, right when you wake up, give yourself like 15 minutes and then do your blood pressure. Yeah, because when I was bigger, I had to do that. before I lost all my weight, I had to do that because like my blood pressure was high.
And that'll be part of it. If I were to drop like probably 40 pounds, I would probably not need anything, right?
I feel left out because I see your hood's up.
Oh,
help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, you're my only hope.
I was actually chilled tonight, so it was cold out today. So
yeah, we were supposed to record yesterday.
Yeah,
I got stuck at work because it wasn't even that bad.
We've got a decent amount of snow here.
Like we got like, I would say no more than 3 inches.
No, we've got about, I want to say 6 to 8 inches here, probably.
Yeah, but it's idiots, man.
Yeah.
Like they're all driving like morons. I'm in a bus with a bunch of people and I'm not flying, but like I'm fine. I'm going through the snow, no problem. But then you hit a point where it's like no car is moving because there's an accident. And I'm just like, that's what I message you. I'm like, I just got to the stop of Martin Grove and Steeles now. I'm not going to be done when I'm supposed to be done. And I don't know when I'm going to get home. So it's like coming home was fine. It was like 45 minutes, but it's like, as I'm driving, Ashley's like, is it bad? I go, no, the snow stopped. Like people just are stupid. No offense. No offense to people out there.
Well, in reality, people forget. Like we barely had any snow in January, right? So when February rolled around and all of a sudden we get dumped on again, people are like, oh yeah, I forget how to drive in the snow.
I know. It's the same with the snow, the rain, their sun. They fart the wrong way. Like whatever. Like it's just they get distracted too easily when they drive.
Oh, 100%.
They're so used to their phones or their GPSs and shit like that. And then when the snow happens, it's like one more thing they have to pay attention to, and they just get absent-mindedness. Yep. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. It's not really hard. Just drive according to the road conditions.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I say. Like Paula, I think she was going to hockey or something one night, and it was a little crappy out. And she was debating on not going. And it's not that she was worried about herself because she's got a car, she's got winter tires, she knows how to drive. It's the people out there that are idiots.
I don't need winter tires, and I don't take care of my vehicle.
Well, I actually don't have winter tires on my car.
Boob.
And I noticed it today when I was out driving. When I pull onto a street and try to go, and I'm just sitting there going, zzz, and I'm not moving anywhere. It's not fun. And
then you listen to like Metallica, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that, when your tires are spinning. Ooh. No, it's I don't know. It makes all the difference in the world. I feel like, and it's just like you don't got to give it gas. Just take your time. I knock on wood. I'm knocking on a bunch of wood.
I can hear it.
I've yet to be stuck in the bus. Not once.
They're too heavy to get stuck, aren't they?
No, sir. It is very easy for buses to get
really
stuck. Oh God, yeah, very easy.
Huh?
The guys, their first reaction is just to gun it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get that slick and then don't move. You can't back up without someone spotting you.
And just take it easy.
Go slow. That's all it is. It's not bad. And the snow's not even that bad. Like, come on, man. We're Canadians.
And have you ever...
And you can't give me this excuse that, oh, I just moved to Canada. No, as soon as you come to Canada, man, you're a Canadian. You get your badge, your snow gear, all that crap. You're ready to go. You should know how to do this shit.
Have you ever had the buses pulled off the road because of weather?
No.
I'm sure it's happened.
We had that one really, really, really big snowstorm, like that really bad one, like a year ago or 2 years ago, and like there was over 180 buses stuck.
That many? Wow.
Hey, not this guy. So you know what I did? I was driving around the city doing my route. I had to go into certain areas differently because there was buses stuck. So I would go around just to keep service going. And I called them and I'm like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, Fraser, you're the only bus not stuck right now in the West End. I need you to keep going. So I'm driving around and then my relief driver I pick him up in front of the division because that's where I got relieved. And he's like, you couldn't have fucking got stuck. So he wouldn't have to work. Yeah. So then I go into the division and they're like, hey, you want to do a little overtime? I go, no, I don't really feel like driving in this. I don't want to drive more like for work. He's like, no, there's over like 40 operators still stuck on their bus because we can't leave if the vaults are there because people can steal the vaults.
Yeah.
right? So if we leave the bus with the vault in there, it's called abandoning, and we can lose our job for that. They're like, we need you to do a bus, do a circle check, don't take a vault. We need you to go pick up the operators in their vaults. They've been in the bus because they can't idle. They can't leave the bus on because people complain. So I took the bus out, and for an hour, I drove around the city on the route, picking up all the operators that were stuck.
So it was just you as a bus driver with the bus full of bus drivers.
Yeah, and their vaults, so they could come home, and they were warm. And then, no word of a lie, like it was like the last trip, and we were right at a Tim's. I'm like, you guys want Tim's? They're like, yes, please. So I stopped, and literally like 30 operators got out.
The people at Tim Hortons were like, what the hell's going on?
No, it was like one of those things. It was like, in Simpsons, when like when Homer stopped drinking, and Marge was in trouble because she was doing the demolition derby, and she's like, help me, Homer. And he's like, I'm coming. And it's like, bah, 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 bah. So in my head, I'm just thinking that as I'm like driving around picking up operators. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Aren't you afraid? And I go, no, man, I used to drive trucks with trailers all the time. So like, you just drive slow and you don't gun it and you're flying. But I did that. So I'm like, this is nothing. Like this snow we had, it was like already melted by like the time I was going home. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, we were like, whatever I said, 6 to 8 inches here. I've snowblowed twice, and it's weird. It's like a heavy light snow. Like it falls light, but when it's on the ground, it's heavy
underneath. Yeah, because it's warm still, right?
Yeah.
I said to another operator the other day, he's like, yeah, man, it's only like 2.5 inches. I go, hey, man, for some people, 2.5 inches is big.
That's what she said.
Didn't get it.
You didn't get it? No?
Right over his head. And I go, funny. That sucks. That was a good one. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't that bad. But like we probably could have recorded yesterday, but it's literally I got home and we just kind of chilled, and then we actually watched a movie last night too. What was it called? It was a stupid one with Adam Devine, where his smartphone falls in love with him.
Oh, that one was fun. I watched that. Paul and I watched that.
Okay. When I said it was a stupid one, I don't think it was bad. It just didn't like. What was it called?
It's a shut your brain off one. Lexi or
Lexi.
It's not Lexi, but it's something like that.
Jexy.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
but it was like a stupid, no brain, no thinking one.
Yeah,
it was funny. The dick pic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man! You know what? Adam Devine can be a little too much sometimes for me. Like the main guy.
I don't think he is. I put him in any movie and I'll watch it.
So it depends. He can be a little much. But this one, he was the perfect amount. Like he was that.
See, I never watched Workaholics, so maybe that's
yeah. I did watch Workaholics.
Yeah, see, I never watched Workaholics, but and I never watched the first one he did with the Workaholic guys, the movie with Shaggy, the Netflix one.
Oh, neither did I.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been in the Pitch Perfect movies. And then there's the one with Fat Amy and him, where that one's fun too, where it's like the romance movie, like she's in a romance movie. Isn't it romantic? I think is what it's actually called.
That was a funny movie.
That was a fun one too, and he was good in that as well.
And then he was also in that one with Zac Efron, where it was like the sister gets married.
Oh, I don't think I remember that one.
Hold on.
I like Zac Efron too.
His chin is fucking huge now.
Yes. Well, he got beefed for that wrestling movie.
That movie looks so good. I want to see it.
I know. I want to see it.
I heard it's like one of the saddest things.
Well, of course it would be. What movie are
Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates?
Oh, I never watched that. Is that him and Zac Efron?
Aubrey Plaza, Anna Kendrick. Did you ever watch YTV?
Yes.
You know Sugar?
Yep.
The girl with the high voice. She's the sister in it.
Okay.
And you see her naked.
Maybe I need to watch that.
You see her boobies.
Maybe I have. No, I don't know if I've seen it or not. But I like Adam Devine. I like Zac Efron. I love Aubrey Plaza and Anna Kendrick. Both of them.
Yeah, I like Aubrey Plaza is my favorite.
Yeah,
like she's that awkward.
Oh, Parks and Rec. She's so good. You know what? After we're done here, I might go watch this.
Stephen Root is in it.
Oh, I like Stephen Root too. Yeah.
Kamal Nanjiani's in it.
I like Kamal. Yeah.
Just trying to see who else that you would know.
Sam Richardson's in it. And Mark Maron's in it. And Jake Johnson's in it.
Mm-hmm. Nicole Byers
Holy
in
cow. It. Okay. I got to go watch this now. Oh, and Lavelle Crawford. He's funny.
There's a lot. So it's like about like, so Adam Devine and Zac Efron are brothers, and their sister, Jeannie, which is Sugar, is getting married. And they have to find dates to the wedding. So they end up going on a date with Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza. So it was enjoyable. Like that one, I was probably one of my favorite ones that he did.
I'm probably going to go watch it after we're done here.
And it's not like it's Friday or something. Like you don't have anything to do.
It's Friday, and I'm off Friday. I'm off Saturday. I'm off Sunday. I'm off Monday. And I booked Tuesday off. I got a 5-day weekend.
I have today and tomorrow off. I go to work on Sunday. I could have used my floater, but I chose to save it. And then I'm off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
But I have to work technically Saturday and Sunday night. I'm volunteering for the concerts at the new arena we have opening.
Okay.
So it's Burton Cummings on Saturday night, and it's
Jeff Goldblum.
No, Blue Rodeo on Sunday night.
Oh, Blue Rodeo wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I like Burton Cummings too. So I'm volunteering. I'm IT support.
What's the lead singer's name? Something Cuddy?
Jim Cuddy. Yeah.
Jim Cuddy, little Jim Cuddy on there. It could happen to you.
Yeah. So
my mom would love that.
Yeah. And then when Burton Cummings, I always think of Michael Cera in Superbad. These eyes.
Yeah. These eyes have seen a lot of.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Michael Cera, weird segue. Have you seen his viral promotion for the
his cream
medication? It's not his cream, but
but he's saying he should be named after him. The
Seraphine or whatever it is, and he went around buying all of them and then just kept giving them to people for free.
Yeah,
but this was like their viral marketing that brought him into it. I'm like, that is so smart. But they're doing what Bublé did with Michael Bublé.
Bublé,
yeah. Like I keep calling it Bublé.
I thought you were going to talk about his commercials where he's like at the party and barbecuing and he doesn't want to go swimming in the pool. You haven't seen those ones?
No.
They're pretty funny. He's like the awkward man and he's like, it's an Uber Eats commercial.
Oh,
I think it's Uber Eats. And he's like, oh, everybody's getting in the swimming pool. I don't want to get in the swimming pool. If I eat, I don't have to get in the pool. And then it shows him like making an Uber Eats order and the food comes and they're pretty funny.
Does he have his goatee? His mustache? Because he looks so weird. Like even though he's got a beard and everything now, he still looks like he's 14.
Yeah. So we're just gonna keep playing 6 Degrees of Separations here. I can't remember where I was reading this from. It might have been on like one of those YouTube like top lists that people do. So I guess James Franco has been canceled in a sense. Like for
the 15th time.
Well, he had like an acting school, and I guess he did some bad things,
power,
which I didn't realize. But because of that, I guess he's not friend. Like Seth Rogen doesn't talk to him and do anything with it, at least not in public. And then they're all connected, right? So it just made me think of James Franco because I did like him. I mean, it's unfortunate that he did what he did or allegedly did, but
yeah,
he's
a weirdo.
Yeah, he is, but I don't know. I liked him in This Is the End.
I like Craig Robinson. This is the end.
Craig Robinson,
like, you can't handle this midriff. And then obviously with the Super Bowl that just happened.
It was fun. We watched it.
They had a bunch of movie trailers. The Deadpool Wolverine trailer.
That was good.
Just enough of a tease. Good. Just the tip. So it looks like he's literally. So there is a comic called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where he realizes he's in a comic, and he kills the Marvel Universe. So I think this is easier. It's either Deadpool kills the Fox Universe, which is X-Men and all those old Marvel movies, or Deadpool saves the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if they're smart, they're going to have him save the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So that they can, do what they want with it again? Or
just fix it, because like it's gone downhill.
Like, it has, but like, how does he fix it? What do they do?
Kill off everything that was bad and like reboot it. Do a hard reboot. They could use that. The thing is, though, they can do that. Like Deadpool is the character that could. He's not the strongest, but when he realizes that he's not a real person, he's a movie character, he could do it. And that's what he did in the comic. When he realized that he wasn't a person, he was a comic character, he killed everybody.
Yeah.
Like he killed the strongest people. Like he killed Thor like he was nothing. He killed Hulk. So I'm like, if they do that, or even kill the Fox universe, that would be cool. I'd be fine with that.
Well, I wonder if that will tie in, and I don't know who has the rights for it, of the new Fantastic Four that's coming in, right?
That's all Marvel still. That's all.
That's not part of the Fox?
No.
Okay. So did Marvel, did they do the last, I haven't seen the last one, but did they do that one too? The last Fantastic Four?
No, that was Fox.
That was Fox.
Yeah.
So, but Marvel has it now.
Yeah, Marvel has it.
So that new one where Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, that's going to be MCU?
I'm actually pretty cool with the casting except for Pedro.
What? I love Pedro as Reed
I love
Richards.
Pedro too, but I think John Krasinski was a better.
Okay, yes, I would agree. I think I was actually, I would have been fine with
I'm Team Krasinski.
Yeah.
But what's his name? The casting, everyone that they got for the other characters looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude from Stranger Things as Human Torch.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
it looks good. I'm gonna watch it. I don't have high hopes. I'm also not a huge Fantastic Four fan. Like, I like it, but I'm not like, oh my god, the Fantastic Four, the first family of Marvel. Whatever.
Yeah, they've like rebooted that so many times.
Yeah,
too.
they were like the most failed franchise.
And Green Lantern.
Green Lantern only had one movie though.
I know.
Fantastic Four had 3.
Yeah.
This is the 4th Fantastic Four.
1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't this is the 5th?
This is the 4th. So there was the first one, then there was Rise of the Silver Surfer, which was
that
the original
was
cast.
the original cast.
And
They've
then
had
they had
2 more.
One. No, only the one more.
No, 2 more.
Michael B. Jordan was Human Torch. That was it.
Fantastic Four.
What do I get if I'm right?
A kiss.
Ah, sweet. Oh, I farted. Oh my god, can you hear that?
Kiss from a rose. So there was the Fantastic Four in 2005.
Yep.
Silver Surfer in 2007.
And then 2015.
And then 2015. That's the one with Michael B. Jordan then?
Yep. And that was it.
And Miles Teller. Yeah. See, I haven't seen that one. I want to watch. I like Miles Teller. So
Thing looked really cool.
Yeah. I wonder if that's streaming anywhere.
And the garbage.
In the garbage.
Yeah.
Did you watch the X-Men
trailer?
97 trailer?
Yeah, that looks good. To me, my X-Men. You're like, Scott.
I totally forgot that they killed off
or when
Professor X.
I love the part where like Wolverine's running and then Gambit charges his claws and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Whoa, it looks cool.
Now, the one part I hated, Wolverine's voice. Did you hear it?
Yeah, they couldn't get the same voice actor.
I know, but they could have got somebody that at least sounded like the same voice actor. It doesn't sound like Wolverine at all. At least there was only one line of dialogue, but
you know who I would have been fine with? Brought Hugh Jackman in.
I could have worked, maybe. Yeah.
I you know what? To be fair, like, so someone sent me a really funny picture, and it's like, there's been how many Daredevils? There's been how many Batman? There's been how many Superman? There's been how many, like, all these characters have been casted. There's only been one Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. In live action. How long? Yeah. And then they brought him back, and he looks amazing.
All right.
Like, so did you know though, in the one scene where Deadpool gets knocked through the wall and is against the thing, that's the Fox logo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know. This movie's going to be, it's the only movie Marvel's releasing this year.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So I saw that. I saw the trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
I'm a huge Kung Fu Panda fan.
I know.
This will be, I think, the first movie we take Nathan to in the theaters.
Yeah.
He likes the Kung Fu Panda movies. I wish we did it with Mario. I think Mario would have been a better movie because he fucking loves Mario. We just watched it again today. Like, he just loves that movie. And then, like, speaking of the Super Bowl, I could have cared less who won. I was not in it for the Chiefs. I was not in it for the 49ers. But I love me some Jason Kelce.
Oh, who doesn't? He's so awesome.
I would hang out with that guy.
Yeah,
I just love what, like, did you see him at the after party?
Yes.
And okay, so I listened to his podcast with his brother.
Okay.
He has a podcast called New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce.
Yep.
And it's just, they talk about what happened. And Travis was like, you know, you gotta love that moment where it's like panning to me and Taylor kissing and in love, and then it pans to you in a luchador mask, just shaking your belly up and
Yeah.
down. He's like, "Hey man, when your belly starts going, you got to just go with it." And he just starts going, and then he's like, "Where did you find that luchador mask anyway?" He's like, "Oh, the first venue we went to, I found it on the floor." And he's like, "You just found a mask?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I just found the mask." He's like, "Well, did you wash it?" He's like, "No. When the luchador mask comes calling, you put it on." And he put it on, and I'm like, I want to party with this guy so damn bad.
Yeah, he would be fun.
And like, it's one of the, like, myself and my dad never see eye to eye with football. Like, I like watching it. I don't have a team that I like. I just know when I don't like a team. Um, but right now, just because of Jason, I like the Eagles. Like, he's my dude.
He's retiring though.
Speculation. It's still not 100%.
Oh, I thought it was for sure.
No, they'll see how he feels in the summer.
Okay.
The thing is, like, I will agree. He is definitely better than his brother. Like, he is a good player.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably one of the best centers right now.
But his brother's got how many rings? 3?
Yeah, the rings mean nothing though, because it's also the team, right?
Yeah, well, it means something.
Nah,
So,
he's a dick.
so
I think Travis is a dick. I'm calling him right here. Fraser Howell from Rambo Record Repeat thinks Travis Kelce's a dick, but his brother Jason can come be a guest on our show. Wear his damn luchador mask. That's all I'm saying.
I am not a big football fan. I watch it. I watch the Bills, and when the Super Bowl happens, this pisses me off so much in football, and I don't know if anybody that listens to us is a big football fan or not, and if they can explain this to me.
It's probably Josh. Frantic Josh.
No. If I had to pick anybody, I'd say Ryan. But anyways,
nah, it's totally frantic Josh.
They win. So the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They give the trophy to the owner of the team first, the guy that's not on the field week after week playing. Like, could you imagine in the Stanley Cup if they gave the winner of the Stanley Cup, or if they gave the Stanley Cup to the owner of the team? That's ridiculous. It should be going to the players who are on the field, getting hit, making the plays, doing the work, not the owner that sits in the box who makes billions of dollars to do nothing. It's ridiculous.
But did you ever say anything about when it was Apple and it was, what's his name? Steve Jobs going out there talking about shit, and then like he's not the one that's creating this stuff. It's everybody else that works underneath him.
That's a little different because he's the face of an organization.
Yeah, but
he can talk.
He's the money front. You never know.
But he can also talk. It's different.
What is this? What is this, Chris? I saw your hand did this. I do agree with you though.
Look at it pisses me off. Can you hear that? Are they loud?
Yeah. What pisses you off? Your dog's barking?
You can hear that then.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what they're barking at. Paula and we were in Toronto, hockey game.
Bark, 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 bark. You should train your dogs to bark like the Swedish chef. Bork, 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 bork. I get hilarious. Bork, 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 bork. But yeah, we should do a podcast with Jason Kelce. This is our formal invitation, Jason Kelce. You can come and we'll make a new podcast called the Beard Weekly Podcast.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Right. We got some nice beards going on in his. But honestly, I was saying to my dad, I'm like you even hear him and his wife talking. So there is a documentary about him on Prime right now.
Oh yeah, where it covers like, is that the one that covers like 4 different players, or is it just his?
It's mainly him. Yeah,
okay,
mainly him, and he it's called Kelce.
Oh okay,
and this is when he lost. Like him and his brother were playing head to head for the Super Bowl. It was the Chiefs versus the Eagles, and he lost.
Yes, and his mom wanted the Eagles to win so bad.
So did I. And his mom comes over and gives him a hug, and he's like, "Mom, thank you so much, but go to Trav. Like seriously, good, like a good brother." And then he goes home, and then the thing follows him home. And he's talking to his wife, and he's like, "Oh, it sucks that we didn't win." But then his daughters come in, and he starts playing with them like nothing happened. Like just playing with his daughters. He's like, "Are you eating your boogers?" "Dad, it's okay. I ate my boogers too." And I'm sitting there, and then the camera pans to his wife, and she is like crying. And then like she does a voice talk. I go over and she's this going on. He's like, "That is the kind of man that Travis is. Like he could have had like a career-ending thing where he just lost a game that he's been playing so hard to get him there for." And he didn't lose it, but like they lost. And then he comes home and he's able to put that all aside and just be with his kids. And I'm like, when I watch that, I'm like, Yo, this guy is just a different, like, he is a good dude. Like, he's just a decent dude. So yeah, I'm gonna invite him to come in the podcast.
Let's do it.
I'm literally gonna, like, when I post the video, I'm like, yo,
you should tag him. Yeah.
I'm gonna like cut this part out and put this on like one of the very few videos we have on our TikTok or our Instagram. Be like, yo, Jason Kelsey, come on our show. Our really low budget, but you have to have a random background as your background or a really messy basement as your background. That's it.
And wear the luchador mask.
Oh my God. Or just send us each a luchador mask and I'll wear one.
Yeah.
I'll wear one. We should probably do a random recommendation. We're at 50 minutes in and we've just been going.
That's because that's what we do, sir.
Well, I'm cueing the intro. Here we go.
All right, do her.
Boom.
The Ramble Record Repeat Random Recommendation.
Say that 5 times fast. Come on, I dare you.
No.
I have a random recommendation.
Okay, you go first because I got to think of what I want to.
First off, I saw a couple people have downloaded the game that I randomly recommended last one.
Oh yeah, we've been playing it like crazy. Paula, me,
Ashley
Ryan
has the Switch upstairs currently, right now in bed with her.
playing. Yeah.
Yep. And then we found out that our phone charger charges the Switch, so now she doesn't bring it downstairs.
Yeah. It was USB-C. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, I don't have to bring it downstairs now to charge." So it's crazy. If anybody knows on a deal on a Switch OLED, let me know. Because the mount she's been playing in handheld, I should probably look at upgrading it because it's an OG one.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend, I know I talked about it probably on the last episode, but not as a recommendation. I know I talked to you about it in person, but Baldur's Gate 3. I am so heavily into this game right now. It is a turn-based D&D style game where you make a character, but you pick your race, you pick your character, your class, you can multi-class, you go through, you have a party, and you can play online with other people. Unfortunately, right now it's still PlayStation, Xbox with Xbox, or I think it's PlayStation and Xbox. I think it's consoles together and then PCs on its own. But it is fun. It is so much fun. Oh my God, it is so much fun. You can play the game 5 times, and if you do one thing different, it changes the outcome of the whole game. Like, it's just such an in-depth game. It is so much fun. Right now, I am a bard warlock, and I literally just talk my way through everything. It is like the best because you have to have high charisma to be this class. So I walk into a room, and I'm going to say this now because there's like 7 different ways you could handle this situation, and you still have to roll a dice and pass these checks. So I walk into a room, and there's a giant demon there with a crossbow, and he's like, "Hey, don't fucking move, I'll kill you." I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?" Like, if I'm all like diplomatic, I'm like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And he's like, "Anybody that I come here, I have to kill. I have to protect this place." I'm like, "Well, why do you have to?" And I'm like going into detail, and I finally get him to like give his story, and he's been cursed by the devil that if anyone hears his song, and as he's singing his song, if anybody hears his song, he has to kill. And I'm like, "Well, don't all your minions, haven't they heard your song multiple times?" And he's like, "You're right." And he kills his minions. Then he has a displacer beast, which is another monster there. And I'm like, "Well, didn't your like displacer beast hear your song? Like, you have to kill them technically too." And they're like, he's like, "Oh my God, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I totally do." So then he literally goes to the displacer beast and stabs and kills the displacer beast. And I'm like, "You know what? You heard the song. You heard your song too. So shouldn't you?" He's like, "Oh my God, you're right." And he kills himself. Literally, I was able to talk my way out of a boss battle.
That's pretty cool. That's
I know.
really cool.
And I got the experience and everything, but I didn't have to fight these things because you would have to fight them all.
Oh yeah.
So the fact that that is an option.
So while you're doing that, is it like, does a chat window open with choices of what you want to choose?
It gives you like 4 or 5 choices, and then there's like persuasion, deception, intimidation, or attack.
Yeah.
So you could pick it, and if you fail the check,
Yeah.
it goes into the fight.
Okay. That's
So
so cool.
if you pass the first 2 checks, like killing the man and killing the cat, but fail his, you have to fight him.
Yeah. Huh.
It's a fun game. It is really fun. And I know it's a digital only, so you're kind of against that maybe, but it is a big game. It is getting released by Larian Studios, which is the company that made it. You could buy it through their website. It's not going to GameStop. And it's for PlayStation. It's a 2-disc. 2 or 3 disc. For Xbox, it's a 5 disc,
Wow,
and for PC, it's like a 1 or 2 disc.
that's ridiculous.
I think it's a 2 disc for PlayStation as well. Like it's an install disc and then the game disc.
In the game, yeah, that would
Yeah.
make sense.
It's fun though. I haven't had any issues with it. They've constantly been updating patches to make it like more streamlined and stuff. I've thoroughly enjoyed this game.
Nice. That's awesome.
And you can romance everybody. Literally everybody in your party is like down to fuck. It's hilarious. Like
DTF.
I literally, no word of a lie. I just played, like I played when Nathan was at daycare before we took him to the doctors. I was playing this one part and I opened a barn door because I heard a noise and they're like, I don't know, something in there doesn't sound right. So I'm like, I'm going to open the door. And someone's like, you shouldn't open the door. I'm like, I'm going to open the door and check. And there was a bugbear, which is kind of like a half ogre, half wolf man fucking an ogre. And they both look and like, oh, and they cover themselves up. And she's like, you ruined my fun. And she starts attacking you. And I'm like, yo, I just got them fucking. And now I have to kill them. So it made me laugh.
That's awesome.
Little stuff like that. You like find random people you help out. Like there was a gnome attached to a windmill. He was getting tormented by goblins. And I'm like, hey, you fucking leave him alone. I intimidate him. Like, I'll kill you if you don't leave him alone. They're like, okay, we're sorry, man. We're sorry. And they leave. And then you go inside the windmill and there's a lever that says brake release or brake switch. And I didn't see the one for brake switch.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, brake release. I'm assuming that means my head. I didn't
Release
think.
them. Yeah.
I hit that. Then it goes, and it starts spinning really fast. And then the camera pans out and it's from the far. You go, ah! And you see the gnome he got launched. And I'm like,
oops. Fuck.
I think I was supposed to save him. So because I didn't save him, if he was an interaction, like because there's like 3 acts in the game, but there's I don't know how long each act is. It's how long you want it to make it to be. But if I was supposed to interact with this guy in act 2 or act 3, now he's dead. So that would change what happens in act 2 or 3.
That's cool. That is so cool. Every time you talk about it, I want to get the game, and then I just
do it. Then we can play it again.
I know.
You could be a druid and be a bear.
No, I wouldn't want to be a druid. I wouldn't want to be a mage.
You're going to be a bear.
Mage.
Oh, you could be a
fireball.
Magic missile. You could be a not a warlock. I would suggest being a wizard over a sorcerer because sorcerers can relearn their spells through the day, but a wizard can read a scroll and just learn the spells from the scrolls. They can learn every spell in the game. It's fun. It's super fun. Recommend it. So that's my recommendation. If you listen to me about the last game, I know it was a $4 game versus a $100 game. But sometimes you got to treat yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Treat yourself.
Come on. We just got to get Ryan. We got to get the boys from Weekend Rental to both get it. Then you get it. And then we have a playthrough, the 4 of us. Just go in there. All barbarians. Just running around, raging and breaking shit.
Nice.
What's your recommendation?
I'm going to go back to what I already mentioned, and I'm going to recommend
Cobra Kai?
No. I'm going to recommend The Office, but with the Office Lady podcast. It's just, if you are a fan of the series, if you haven't seen it in a long time, especially, rewatch it and then listen to the podcast, or listen to the podcast and watch the episode. Do it in whatever order you want. I think it's better to listen to the podcast and then watch the episode, because they tell you, oh, this happens and then this happens and this is why this happened, and then you can notice it while you're watching the episodes. It's almost like doing DVD commentary of an episode, but they have the insides because they were there when these episodes were filmed and made.
I also like Jenna Fisher too, though.
Yeah, but that's my recommendation, to listen to the Office Ladies podcast and then watch the episode of The Office that goes with it, and then just enjoy The Office, because it's comfort food, little 22-minute long episodes that you can just watch whenever, little snacks throughout the day or before you go to bed. And it's not these like
a couple Office.
Pop a couple. Yeah, it's not these long ass hour-long shows that I find when I'm watching now. I'll start doing the old falling asleep on the couch. Like, we're trying to watch True Detective right now.
It's a dry show, though. It is a dry show. It's
the
good,
last
but
couple episodes, I've been falling asleep while we're watching it. So
it's a dry show, but it's good, but it's very dry.
Yeah, so mine's a little more. I already talked about it, but Office.
Talked about it.
I already talked about it.
Forget about. Okay, and you
Forget
gotta let us
about it.
know. And actually, let us know, people. Who's your favorite Office character?
Yeah, who is my favorite? I don't know. I like Jim.
Kevin.
So okay, so if you take primary characters, I probably say Steve Carell from the primary. So that would be like Steve, Jenna, Jim. I'm using both their names. So Michael, Pam, Jim, Dwight. I would probably take Michael. What's that?
Dwight.
Dwight. No, they talk about that in that. Apparently, Jim pronounced it Dwight in like the first couple episodes instead of Dwight.
Well, he does it to mess with him so much.
Yeah. And then for secondary characters,
I like Stanley.
Stanley or Kevin.
Kevin's my number one, and then Stanley because I love the meatball.
Daryl. I like Daryl too. He's good.
I love Stanley with the meatballs. You remember that one where like Jim pranks him, pranks Stanley. He's like, I found Stanley's thing. It's meatballs, and then he just keeps faking it so that he gets free meatballs. He's like, Are you ready for some meatballs?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Who am I gonna pick for my? So Creed's pretty good too, just because he's like crazy.
I also just like the interactions between Kevin and Oscar.
Oh, that whole
like,
group of the accountants.
Yeah, when he's sitting there, they're talking. He's like, "Oh, you've never been to jail, Oscar? You would love it.
Love it.
Why?
Yeah, you would love it.
You know. I don't know why I'm doing that weird. Like that's my impression of Kevin. Oh, you know. But
I just like his smile, and then you just kind of like see his little vampire teeth when he smiles.
Yeah, he's a little baby.
Yeah,
He's
little
a big
baby
old
Kevin.
man,
baby Kevin. Yeah, so that's my recommendation.
I love it. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna do one thing for you. Hold on. I'm gonna do one thing for you, just so you could see this dude.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah. He's weird, but he's funny. I'm gonna put it on TV. I'm gonna put it on the TV, Chris. I'm gonna share it. Share a screen. A window. Here we go. This is Luke Foods.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
No. Oh, no. I don't hear audio.
Hear audio?
No, I don't.
Why is it not sharing the audio?
You should be able to.
What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. I don't think you can. Don't share screen. Share the actual YouTube window, and then it should play the audio.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to go back and we'll do it again. Okay, here we go. We'll try again. Share screen, but the actual Chrome tab.
The Chrome tab.
Okay, here we go.
Like this. She took my kids. She took my house. She did not take my food. Eleanor! Taco Bell is a brand new chicken crispinata, so we're trying it. It's got chicken in it. There's a massive chasm in here, just like my heart.
So that's why he sounds like Kevin.
I can hear it a little bit there. Yeah.
That's how he talks.
Yeah.
That's how he talks through the whole thing. So that is Luke Foods, if anybody's interested.
Man, YouTubers and influencers and TikTokers that do that shit. Why didn't I think about doing that shit so I could be famous and do stupid shit?
Because you know why people wouldn't like us if we do it, Chris? To be perfectly honest, when I was doing Party Play Gaming and I was doing the actual gaming videos, I thought I was putting in the effort that every other YouTuber was putting in there. I was doing overlays. I was doing like crazy editing, like the Pokemon episodes alone. When I was editing and like when people got killed and took damage, I made their characters flash on the screen taking damage. I had a side thing, all that shit. I was doing all that in like everything. And I'm like, it's you got to get lucky. So you could be doing it still. And you'd be like, yeah, why didn't I do this first? But if you don't hit that like one viral moment and then go back and watch everything.
There was a YouTuber I was watching last night where he was literally doing the real deal versus Great Foods. And it was chocolate bars. So I guess Great Foods or Great Value Foods, like Walmart brand, they now have versions of like famous chocolate bars. So they have a Snickers, they have a Kit Kat, they have a not a Baby Ruth, Three Musketeers. So he literally blindfolded himself, ate the one, ate the other, and then was like, "This is the real one. This is the knockoff." And he was like, he got 4 of the 5 right, but he was entertaining when he did it. Right, like he was funny to listen to, and he was good. Like I'm not as entertaining as that. So I could get why I wouldn't be successful there, but
you don't know
if you
though.
put the work in, it would be fun.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it just, you can put the work in.
Yeah.
It's just, you need that one moment where someone comes in and sees you, then they spread the word.
Yeah.
Like, look at the guy Roll for Sandwich.
I
Have you ever seen Roll for Sandwich?
No.
He literally rolls a D&D dice and he rolls for bread.
Oh,
he rolls
yes.
for the
You
meat.
told me about him.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's huge now. And all he does is make a sandwich and he eats a sandwich.
He's only got 26,000 subs, though.
But people watch his videos. Like,
Yeah, he's getting
no.
10,000 views of videos. So.
No, that's on Instagram, correct? Or not Instagram?
No, I'm on YouTube.
No.
Adventures in Arardia.
No, Adventures in Ardia.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Give me a
No,
second.
I'm looking at it right now.
No, I'm talking about his TikTok, which is where he
TikTok.
started. He's got 2.1 million followers.
Yeah, TikTok's a little different. Yeah.
68.5 million likes. So that's where he started, and he's only started posting stuff on YouTube because he doesn't make really any money off of TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, there's not a lot of money to be made there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, he just did sandwiches. That's it.
I'm gonna do roll for pizza.
There's a guy who does roll for barbecue.
Yeah.
And he tells you like what he's cooking, how he cooks it on, like what barbecue he uses.
You need to think up something that somebody's not doing and then find a way to make it fun or funny.
Yeah. What is that stupid one with the guy with the big afro? He's like kicked in the nuts. Sir, my friend, you just been kicked in the nuts.
I don't know that one. But that's like Superhuman. You know him, right? Whoop whoop.
No.
You don't know Superhuman?
No.
He's a juggalo guy, and he just jumps on things. He goes, "I'm doing this for the juggalos and the juggalettes," and he takes off his shirt, and then he does like flying elbow drops on like stuff that hurts himself, and then he gets hurt. That's all he does.
Chris,
it's stupid.
Chris. Okay. I'm sharing another video, everybody. I'm sorry. This is kickedinthenuts.com. This is old school. He literally just wears a clown wig. Like there's people just like this, and you hear him.
So he literally kicked somebody random in the nuts?
Nailed it.
That's not staged?
Does it hurt? Does it hurt? Hey, my friend.
Punch him.
In the nuts.
Oh, that's got to be staged. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But it's still funny.
And that made it big.
That's funny.
That's what I'm saying. That's old. That is an old 16 years ago.
Does Superhuman have any? No, he doesn't have it. I think he's only on Instagram. Superhuman.
We don't watch juggalos on this channel.
He's a juggalo and a juggalette. He's funny.
We don't watch that. But I'm saying, yeah.
Have you Oh, I can't even find him anymore. Have you never watched Joe Goes when he goes to the Juggalos? The Gathering of the Juggalos?
No.
Go watch that YouTube video. So he has a YouTube channel. He doesn't do it anymore, but it was called Joe Goes. And he was actually on the show. Do you remember the TV show
Man versus Shark?
What the hell was it called? Geeks Beauty and the Geek. Do you remember that reality TV show, Beauty and the Geek?
Yeah.
So he was on that show. I don't know if he won it or not, but his name was Joe. And then after that, he created a YouTube channel called Joe Goes. And he goes to the Gathering of the Juggalos. And it's just, he's obviously not a juggalo. He's this pasty white redheaded guy, but he goes to experience it and talk to people and see what it's all about. And he actually wins the rap battle there. It's hilarious. Go watch that. That should have been my random recommendation.
19 minutes of juggalos, though. Chris.
It's good. It's good. Trust me. It's entertaining. It's like watching a car wreck.
He looks like he's terrified. I'm looking at the thumbnail right now. He looks terrified.
You should watch that right now when we're done. Go watch that.
Fine, I will. And you should go watch that.
Dave and Dave.
Mike dates wedding.
Yeah,
date.
no, I'm gonna go watch it.
Well,
is it Dave or is it Mike? Dave and Mike.
Dave and Mike, I think.
I've already used my D up for the not so special
Or it's Mike and Dave, I think.
Is it? If it's Mike and Dave, I think I need an M.
It's Mike and Dave need
Let
wedding
me see.
dates.
Let me see. Let me see. Nope. I've already watched an M. I watched the menu,
It is on Disney Plus if you want to watch it.
and I've watched D because I watched Dream Scenario. So
You're fucked.
I'm F in the A.
Are we playing this out? Should we just play us out right now?
Play us out, sir. Do it.
Boom.
Do it.
I did it. We
Do
can
it
we can
now.
still talk a little bit. For those of you that enjoyed this episode, please feel free to click back and watch some of our previous episodes, or listen to some of our previous episodes. Actually, you can find me at R3_podcast at X. And where can they find you, Chris?
I am at Nintendo Hodge on X and Instagram and YouTube.
X.
X.
Bye.
Bye.